Hello everybody, I'm Greg. Welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. You know what? I think it's about time for a beer. Let's take a walk. Go see what's in the fridge today, guys. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. This should be an interesting beer. I think this is the second one in the Stochasticity series. I really liked the first one they did. This is their Stochasticity project Quadro Triticale. And what triticale is, let me just read off of the commercial description here. When testing the inherent makeup of the quadruple, the warmest and darkest of Trappist monastery beer styles, we added triticale, a hybrid grain combining the pleasant flavor of wheat with the elemental durability of rye. So it's basically a cross between those two. We originally explored this novel twist on a traditional style in 2010 when brewing a test batch of a potential beer in our Stone Vertical Epic Ale series. Brewmaster Mitch Steele reached for and subsequently improved on that pilot recipe, bringing it to life as part of the Stochasticity project. The result is a quad that's lower in sweetness but rich with dry fruit and spice nuances. It says here the appearance pours a deep chestnut with a light tan creamy head. Aroma is tropical fruit, banana, brown sugar, as well as some light pepper and clove flavors from Ardennes yeast. Taste is fruity, molasses, brown sugar, and banana flavors. There is some spiciness from both the yeast and the triticale grain. Palate is full and very smooth with a touch of sweetness. Overall, the Star Trek geek in me inspired this beer. The classic episode, The Trouble with Tribbles, referenced a type of grain called Quadro Triticale, pronounced Quadro Triticale. Triticale is how it's pronounced, Triticale. As described in the episode, this is a high-yield 4-lob grain hybrid of wheat and rye with a bluish color. The flaked triticale we use is a cross between rye and wheat and makes up about 10% of the grain bill in this Belgian-style quadruple. This is a 9.3%er according to what they have written in Rate Beer here. Let's see if it's written on the bottle. Yep, 9.3%. This is a big bottle. This is a 22-ouncer. And basically, it's got the same thing written on the back of the bottle that I just read you off the commercial description. Nate, thanks for sending this beer to me. I do appreciate it, sir. This ought to be an interesting twist on what a typical Belgian-style quad is. So let's go over to the food pairings. It says here, food pairings: cheeses, buttery brie gouda, Havarti, Swiss, sharp blue cheddar, and the beef. Meat is beef, smoked meat, and game. Glassware and snifter, tulip, goblet, or chalice. I've got the double glass, and it says it can be cellared for long periods. So we're not going to cellar this one. So let's get the cap off of this and see what it's about, guys. Nice little hiss from opening the beer. Let's go down the center and see what we get. Save a little bit of that for the other half. It is a very reddish ruby color, not a dark ruby. I can see the bulb right through it. There are some small bubbles streaming up from the bottom of the glass. Definitely doesn't seem to be overcarbonated looking at the bubbles and the half a finger of head through that aggressive pour. It looks very good in the glass. Nice red color, or mahogany as they said. Let's get a nose on it. I'm getting some sweet malt in there. Maybe a hint of some dark fruit, some dates, raisins, figs, or plums. A little bit of Belgian yeast. The Belgian yeast is not overpowering the beer at all in this. It's very subdued. Very interesting combination of grains and stuff in this beer. Well, let's give it a taste. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Nate. Thank you, sir. A nice, pleasant sweetness. There is some dark fruit in there. I am getting some rye components to that with a little bit of spiciness. Wow, very drinkable for a 9.3% beer. According to the note that Nate sent, this was bottled on 5/17 of 2014. And from the reviews I've read, either you like this beer or you hate this beer. Right now, it seems like a nice quad, but it doesn't have the typical sweetness of a quad. It's got that rye spiciness, and the Belgian yeast is a little more subdued than a typical Belgian. But it's right out of the fridge at 40 degrees, so let's let it warm up and see what we end up with. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little left. Been sipping on it about 30 minutes or so. I'm enjoying this beer. I've read a lot of reviews where people didn't really like this beer. It's not your typical Belgian quad. I mean, it doesn't have that banana, grapefruit, piney, in-your-face type of Belgian quad. But with the oats and the Triticale grain that they've used in this, it was a nice change up for me. I'm probably going to go against the grain here. I enjoyed this one a little bit better than yesterday's beer from Stone. I think it's an A beer, guys. I really do. Like, if you're looking for a typical Belgian quad, this is probably not what you'd want to reach and pick up. But I was a big fan of the first one in this series, the Stochasticity project, and I like this one a lot too. So Nate, thanks again for sending me this one. I think it's an A beer, guys. It's got the date on the bottle. It's a nice change up, but it's not your typical Belgian quad. So just remember that. It doesn't have that super strong Belgian yeast going on, and it doesn't have your typical flavors because they've used different grains and a little bit of oats in there. So I liked it. I enjoyed it quite a bit. It's a very easy drinking beer for a 9.3%er, so it's a 9 out of 10 for me, guys. I know that's going to go against the grain from the reviews I've read on this beer, but I enjoyed this one quite a bit, a little bit more than one I had yesterday, that collaboration ale that they did. So I liked it. Let's do the final chug here. I really like the mouthfeel on this beer. Very smooth and very creamy on the tongue. And I like the rye type spiciness that goes with this beer. Seems like everything blended well to me. I think Mitch did a great job brewing this beer and perfecting it before it was released in this series. So I liked it, guys. I really do. 9 out of 10 for me. Let's see what everybody else thinks. We'll go over to Beer Advocate first, and Beer Advocate says 84 in the good range. I mean, if I was putting a number on this, I would probably put it between 96 and a 98. It's a lot better than what that number represents from those guys over there. And over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer is not too much generous either. Overall, they say 79 and 27 in the style. So there's a lot of people saying this doesn't fit your typical Belgian quad style. Well, it's not going to when they brewed it with a lot of different ingredients, with the Triticale grains and a little bit of the oats that they put in there. So it's a little It's a little subdued from what your typical Belgian quad is going to taste like. But I enjoyed it. I liked it. So I'm going against the grain, and I'm going to give it a little bit bigger number than what these two sites are giving it. So I enjoyed it. So it was very tasty to me and very easy drinking for 9.3%. So if you've had this one, let me know what you think of it, guys. I liked it. It was very tasty. Second one in the series, as far as I know. I had the first one. I think this one is the second one. I'm not sure because we don't get all of the Stone beers here. But Nate, I enjoyed it. Thanks for sending it, bud. Leave some comments if you've had it. Let's go see what's in the fridge tomorrow. See you then.